Well, these are the awesome sheds that we picked up on February the 6th of a buck that I call Mr. Perfect. So I actually picked this deer up last year, the 2018 season, on my Spartan. He showed up in December, I believe it was. We actually got a chance at him during gun season, my brother did, and missed him last year.
Thanks, Frankie.
So he showed up bigger and better this year. As we hoped, we put our cameras out this summer. The deer was living on our farm that we could hunt all summer long, coming in the daylight. We figured that we'd have a chance at him early season if he would stick around. So as luck would have it, though, the deer actually moved. He shed his velvet. We got a couple pictures of him with hardhorn. He actually moved about a mile away. I seen a picture of this deer on Facebook, and I started communicating with the guy that had it, and based upon what he was telling me and what other people were telling me, I realized that this deer had moved about a mile. So we got on Onyx Maps, we started looking around, see if there was anybody else's property that maybe we could hunt on, and we actually saw that literally right on the other side of where this deer had moved to, we could hunt a couple crop fields that had a little bit of timber on them, and it created a great pinch point. So we moved all our efforts there. I called Davey, we went in.
Yeah, we just relocated down there. There's a pinch point, like Trevor said. Put up a double up there for us to film out of, and then put up a Spartan, a fence post, and threw out some big tine. The deer were already in that bean field feeding every night, but threw out that big tine, trying to get them to congregate in front of the camera so we could see actually if Mr. Perfect was over there. And
first night he showed up.
First night.
So we got our stands and everything hung there. We were jacked. So we go in Sunday morning to hunt the cold front,
and everything's gone. Somebody decided they needed our stuff a little more than we did, and they swiped everything, both stands and the Spartan, and the only thing they left was the fence post.
Yeah, so we knew right away that we were either dealing with some jealous hunters that knew about the buck or just some bad people in the area in general. So we didn't put anything there. We decided that we would just hope that the pressure from the other guys would push him back to our original spot where he summered, and we would get a chance at him during the rut. We did pick him back up on the original farm on November the 6th. In the daylight, right in front of one of our stands. I decided to sleep in. Davey was pulling at me to go, but I had just hunted a hard week with a buddy from out of state, and I decided I was going to take the 6th to recuperate, and then we were going to hit it hard after him again. Needless to say, though, we missed that opportunity, and we just wouldn't have another opportunity. So we didn't go to where our stuff had gotten stolen anymore because we didn't want to deal with that mess, and we just hoped at the original farm he would be back on. He just didn't do that. But with talking to the neighbors, we realized that he was staying over there on his farm quite frequently. He had seen him during gun season. He was getting pictures of him all the time. So he would send me a few pictures here and there just to let me look at him, so to speak. He knew how bad that I had wanted him and chased him all summer long. So the last pictures the neighbor sent me was on January the 5th, I believe, of Mr. Perfect. And I knew that he was just in that general area. So I called Davey up on February the 6th. I said, hey, let's go try to find his sheds, because we knew from last year that he was a buck that would shed his antlers early. He did it the year before in late January. So we go back over to where the farm, to where our fence post is, where they stole all of our stuff, because I have to get that fence post out of the field anyway for the farmers.
Yeah, we mainly just went over there to get the fence post and just take a quick walk around the property line, and there's only really a couple little wood lots. We figured, while we're there, we might as well just scroll through them real quick. And Trevor ran out to get the fence post, and I run up the first fence row about 50-60 yards, and here the first shed laid. So right then and there, we determined that we weren't going to do anything the rest of the day except try to find the other side.
So lucky for us, it didn't take me long. I went about 80 yards away out into this little island of trees and looked around it, and sure enough, here was the other one laying there. We matched his setup pretty quick. We were jacked. We were glad that he was alive. We were glad that no one else had trespassed and picked up his sheds like they picked up our equipment. So we're going to be hard on the pursuit of Mr. Perfect this spring and summer, and hopefully this fall things will change. We'll have a few dice roll our way, and we'll be able to put an arrow in this guy. So.
Right, we got a lot more information on him than we had the year before. So with all the pieces of the puzzle, hopefully I can film Trevor sticking an arrow in this guy. Thanks for watching.